Mabuhay! Kamusta ka na? Ako ang Doc, aka Royal True Orange Cassidy, aka Cersei Lannister, aka... Oh man, we're gonna get through this. Big match, Jian Sinigang, aka the Bigan Killer, Randy Otap, aka the Flanimal Bautista. I walk around the roasting pit of lechon, aka Yan Yan Bigelow, aka Big Spam Vader, aka the Big Boss Manong, aka Cherokee De Swang. And you know what? I gotta take it to the bloodline too because I gotta be acknowledged, aka Magandang Umaga, aka my dad used to call me this and called me Baby Yokozuna, aka Nobody's Realer Than Perilla, aka The Good Ba Boy, yeah, aka Suman Reigns, acknowledge me, aka The Chow Mein Event, aka Now My Brother. In this one, you gotta join me because this one is crowd participation, and us Pinoys, us Filipinos, we're known for the karaoke. We're known for being performers. We're known for being a lively crowd. We're known for not being quiet peoples. So I hope you join me with this. Welcome to the Puso Penitentiary. And when I say Poos, y'all say so. So I think you gotta join me on this. Poo!
So,
Chihu! AKA Cherokee De Swang. And you know what? Man, I am so lucky to be joined by my Kapamilya because we have here someone from the islands, my islands. We call them the Philippine Islands. We got here, the human fighting rooster. We got here, we got here a Pogi Boy. We got here Mr. Guapo. We got here Jake De Leon. Kumusta ka na, pare?
what is up? What is up, Doc? Thank you for having me, and thank you for calling me Pogi, calling me Guapo. And yes, it is the Filipino fighting rooster, Jake De Leon, all the way from the Philippines, Manila, Philippines, coming to you from Puso Wrestling and from Dexcon Wrestling. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good, pare. And I'll always love to put my own culture over. I'm Filipino American, but Filipino, and we all know Filipinos, we all accept each other because to keep it 100, we always support each other. Even if you're just if you're half like Olivia Rodrigo, half like Bruno Mars, half like Batista, a little bit of percentage, like Haley Steinfeld. I'm just dropping names, but
I know. I got you.
It's like a Maha Salvador over there. No, she's full. Cousin, what's up, cousin? It's
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro. And I'm just so happy to have you here, man.
Can I just say that I popped for can I just say I popped for John Sinigang and Suman Reigns? That was amazing.
Bro, jokes lang sinigang. Like that is that. So the AKAs are some things that I love to do, and I love to interject Filipinoisms in it. I love to interject stuff that I like in it. I forget. I said Cersei Lannister because if you know what Cersei is, brother. And Royal True Orange Cassidy. And we're just out here. We're out here. We're saying things. I forgot to say. I love you. Solo suka. That's always a good one for me. I get a little silly, and when you get silly, you gotta have suka. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love this so much right now, bro. But yeah, man, it's so cool to reach out to my Kapamilya from from Manila, and Kapamilya, that just means family. to my Americans, to my white audience, to my non-Pinoy audience, to my not married to Pinoy's audience. I know a lot of my audience, y'all married to Pinoy's, so shout to you boys. It's all good, man, and yeah, dude, it's cool to talk to somebody that's in the business somewhere that we don't really cover that much here on in the western side of the world. We don't really cover You said you're from Puso Wrestling. Yeah, welcome
Yep.
to the Puso Penitentiary. And like
Yeah.
it's really good, man. It's really cool to know that wrestling is this international, and I recently saw pictures of you with like Lacey, Lacey
Yep.
from she was in WWE. We just saw her on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago versus Mercedes. You
Yep.
know, what really good, Filipina, like, shouts to her. I always put over like my brother, like Chi JP. I always put over Batista
Mhm.
as my idol because he is my idol. And like, it's cool that nowadays we're not at like shout out to Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo. It's cool that we have so many of us now, like in like mainstream wrestling, and like in the top in like WWE, like like DJ.
Yeah.
I was about to say DJZ, but he's Walking Wild.
Yep. Yep.
I give like my shout outs to Aaron Solo in AEW. I give like it's just like
There's a
my
ton of us
brother.
definitely around.
Yeah, Robbie Eagles over in New Japan.
New
My
Japan.
favorite
Yep.
wrestler right now is like Suri, Filipina. So
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
we're eating, and you know what, man? I love having you here because I love talking to people who are like in wrestling and doing wrestling. And I know I talked to you for a bit, and I know you grew up a fan. But my first question I always ask everybody is,
Hmm.
how'd you get into wrestling?
Uh, damn. Well, I got into wrestling like I've said this like answer so many times already. Like I kind of know what to say, but like basically, I got into wrestling when I was 4 years old. I would sneak out of my room like maybe at 9 p.m. to watch those old. Well, it was like there was an old channel back in the old days where it would be showing WWE, well WWF at the time, and then
Oh
it would
yeah.
show WCW right after. So like the first
Mm.
memory I have as that 4 year old was watching pro wrestling was it was the Undertaker, or it's always I was either the Undertaker or Kane stepping on a bloody Stone Cold, like really like just blood dripping down the face. And from then I was pretty much hooked, and I never forgot about wrestling since. I would always just like try to sneak out of my room to watch wrestling, and then just like one day my parents just like kind of just gave up and then just let me watch wrestling anytime I wanted. And then yeah, all
Hey,
throughout my life, pro wrestling has been there, and now I am a pro wrestler.
brother, like, like, I always dreamed of being a pro wrestler, right?
Yeah.
It's something that I always loved, and that's why, like, I was working, and ended up having being able to do this podcast where I can like talk about wrestling with other wrestling fans. But like something about getting into the ring and like hitting those ropes and taking bumps,
Hmm.
and like I did that at my MMA gym I was at before, because like I started my training with Josh Barnett actually. So
Oh wow.
I would like, so yeah, like he's a great trainer, and then like eventually the other MMA gym I went to, uh, so I saw this short girl there, right, wearing a Brian Danielson shirt,
Yeah.
right, I think it was everybody tap shirt, and then
Yeah.
I got closer, and it's she's a judoka, and then we rolled
Mhm.
for a little bit. She tossed me over and she choked me, Marina Shafir.
Oh wow. Oh god.
So she's choked me out multiple times. Nice girl, sweet girl, and it's I don't think I've ever name dropped or told that story before. So
Mhm.
exclusive, and wrestling has always been something that I dreamt of doing. Or like you grow up, you cut promos in front of the mirror, like
Yeah.
holding like your comb, and like you like imagine like with my brother, I was like imagining like, hey, if we're gonna be a tag team, what are we gonna do? Because like we played the old games, like we played like No Mercy, Revenge, Saturday
Yeah.
Night
Yeah.
Slam Masters, and we're like, okay, like we're gonna be these guys. So like, and like when we're like looking for guys on TV who look like us, we're like, okay, there's the head shrinkers, or and, or like, cause like we're the boss, so like you would think about guys like freaking the natural disasters, or
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like so big boys like Vader, and and all
3 minute
that
warning,
stuff.
stuff like that.
Yeah, 3 minute warning. So we're like, okay, so we're Mataba, so we're going to be like, we have to be the big men, but then we want to do moonsaults.
Yeah.
So like, how did you find yourself getting into wrestling, into actual wrestling, bro?
So back then, 11 years ago, there was a group on Facebook because like Filipinos still primarily use Facebook over here. there was a Facebook group that wanted to put up their own promotion, kind of. So it was just like a ragtag group of people. Because at the time when I saw that group, pro wrestling didn't exist in the Philippines for well over a decade. So they wanted to just put on the training, see what happens. So I decided to join. I didn't know initially if I wanted to be a pro wrestler, but I do know I wanted to be like part of the business. So I was offering like because I was in marketing at the time. I'm still in marketing, so I was offering any of
Yeah.
my marketing services to see if I could help out. So there was a call for training one day, and we knew no one knew each other. All we knew of each other was we were on Facebook, and we had that like one training together. And then from it, like from that training, it felt like we were all brothers and like who knew each other for years. And like all we had was like a single DVD that had like the old, I think UWF or U whatever school John Cena, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe was part of. They had a
UPW.
training DVD. UP,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had that DVD, and then we just like started learning from there. And eventually, like there were
Man.
more. There was a couple of like also Filipino adjacent pro wrestlers that came over from the states, from the UK, helped us train a little bit more, and then that like eventually we were able to
Yeah.
have our first show in 2014.
Yeah, what I think Robbie Eagles told me was like Zack Sabre Jr. loves going to the Philippines.
Oh yeah,
He's
Zach is
a
Filipino now.
yeah, Zach is Filipino. That's a joke.
Yeah,
Shout out to you,
no,
Robbie.
it's real life. It's real life now. He actually has a Filipino nickname.
Oh, what's his nickname?
It's Junjun.
Junjun. Oh my God. But okay, so I gotta tell people. So in
Yeah.
Philippines, you're gonna be a JR, an RJ, a junior. But after you get the junior name, you're gonna get these nicknames, whether it's JJ or Junjun. So,
Junjun.
oh my God, yeah. So like, I know. Shout out to you, Zach. Man, now I got a rep for Zach because yeah, I have heard
Oh,
that he loves
he's
Philippines.
Filipino, definitely. So like
Yeah,
we also told him, the like he didn't know what Junjun, like he knew what Junjun came from Junior because he's a Zack Sabre Junior. But like we also
yeah.
told him, Junjun also means a male person's member, right? So like, it made him laugh even more because of how funny it was.
Oh man, I'm just imagining now like Zack Sabre thingy. Oh. Oh man. Oh man, Zack Sabre Junjun. That's funny. Oh man. I'm gonna tell the boys. You so like you obviously you learn from tape, you learn from guys who came over to train from from Kuya Zach, Kuya Junjun, and
Yeah.
like that's hella cool, man, to learn by vision, learn by watching, because a couple of guys did that too. I gotta tell them, like the Hardy Boys,
Yeah, yeah.
but they were doing by watching, and then they got to learn by their teacher, Italian Stallion. A lot of guys started out like that. The Young Bucks started out like
Mhm.
that, and like it's cool how pro wrestling has spread to the Philippines. And you were talking about Attitude Era, and I know because like I know a couple of my kuyas, they loved watching Hulk Hogan and all of them, Bret Hart
Yeah, yeah.
especially. My mom, my uncles, they love WWF. I'm not sure how the hell that got to the Philippines,
And that's
but like
old. Okay.
that's so old, right? Like my
Yeah.
uncle also, he liked NWA, so like he liked Road Warriors. He like
Oh wow.
I think one of his favorite guys was Mil Mascaras, and then also he liked Tiger Mask, first Tiger Mask, and yeah, and then my mom, she loved Bob Backlund, and that was her guy. And I
Wow.
remember my uncles told me before, right? They watched Inoki and Muhammad Ali in like the town square, right? In the
Oh wow.
barangay, they were watching it like on the TV for closed
You got it
circuit
on TV?
because
Wow, that's interesting.
apparently they were watching like Inoki versus Muhammad Ali. That was closed circuit, so they're watching it in the barangay because like they would show big boxing matches in closed
Yeah,
circuit,
yeah.
and so in the barangay they watch it like in the little town square, and that's how they saw Inoki versus Ali, and he said, that one, that's a bullshit.
Why? Because Ali won? Wait, who won that? I
No,
forgot.
no, I think it was like a draw or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like
Yeah.
it was like it's a bullshit because he wanted Ali don't want to. He kicked Ali in the leg. He's a cheat. I was like, okay, well you still
Well, it
hold
was
on to that like
MMA.
50
It
years.
was MMA before MMA.
Yeah, like, my uncle still holds on to that like 50 years later. But yeah, dude, it's cool to see like how like Philippines kind of has a history with combat sports with boxing, because like we talk about the Pac-Man and Pacquiao, and like my cousin, he grew up there too. I have a lot of cousins that grew up there,
Hmm.
but like for his big the big thing, the big boom there was like I think in like 2005 when Batista and John Cena, and then it got onto
Yeah,
TV over
yeah,
there onto
yep,
like a better station or something, and
yep.
they did actual tours there. Cause so like I remember watching on like DFC, they show like Batista having a little parade there, and they like he's being interviewed on the news and stuff, and then like later on I remember Wow Wow Willie was on Wow
Yeah,
Wow
yeah,
Wee. I forgot to give my other
yeah,
nickname that I
yeah.
haven't used in a long time. My other nickname is Wow Wow Willie Mac. And it's
Willie Mac. Oh, damn. Okay.
it's definitely pro wrestling and combat sports is definitely something that's kind of held in high regard there, especially with Pacquiao, especially in the 2000s. Over here, like
Mhm.
when in the 2000s we used to watch Pacquiao fights, like that's why we would have like family parties where we got the lechon, we got the suman, we got the sapin sapin, we got the
Yep.
we got everything out there. Or as for my American coworkers, we had pancet and lumpia. The great stuff. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, dude. So I really love that you fell in love with wrestling and you found wrestling, and like you're a young guy. Because if you're four when Kane and Undertaker were doing that
Young in
stuff,
theory.
young in theory,
I'm young in theory.
brother. You're young and you're well, no, actually, 11 years in the business. Yeah, you're a grizzled young vet. Uh,
They call me Unc over here now, so yeah.
oh man, Tito, you're a Tito,
I'm the
man.
Tito now of the younger wrestlers. So
Oh man, this rules, man. And it's when you think about pro wrestling and Philippines, it just makes sense, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because there's
Definitely,
just
it definitely yeah, it definitely makes sense in my opinion because like you got it right with all the Pacquiao and everything. We love a spectacle, and pro wrestling is basically just a big spectacle. Although there is like a big contingent of it online, that's a lot of people still make fun of it because it's fake and everything.
yeah,
We never really got over the big the big thing when like pro wrestling was admittedly fake. Like everyone just like got mad over it. But like like there's still a big group of Filipinos over here that enjoy. It's because pro wrestling is just basically like a big variety show on steroids.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
it's drama, it's acting, it's action, it's comedy, it's everything. So like pro wrestling can be everything you need it to want it to be, need it to be, and people are just trying to still correlate it to MMA, which is kind of dumb.
It's crazy. I mean, there is one over there. Shout out to you, Brandon the Truth Vera. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like there's for like you mentioned it, variety shows. You can't put on Filipino TV without one of your titas like watching a variety show. You can't escape
Yep.
them. And it's just it this rules, man. And when you think about pro wrestling, it's a show. It's a show. I
Hmm.
mean, it's an
Yep.
athletic show. The injuries are real, but like it's just there because I love musicals, I love theater, I love that stuff, and then it just combines all these kind of things, and it combines live action thing. Because I also love like stuff like Kamen Rider and Power Rangers, and it fits
Oh
that
yeah.
whole criteria. Because you got
What's your
guys with
favorite musical though?
my favorite musical, Book of Mormon. I also
Gotcha,
yeah
gotcha.
yeah I
I'm a
like
legally blonde guy.
oh Legally Blonde's great, dude. It's great.
Yeah.
I also like I did watch the Hamilton when John Briones was Alexander Hamilton.
Oh,
He was
nice,
dope in it,
nice.
brother. He killed it.
Yeah,
And I got to shout out to our peoples. It's musical and all that stuff because we're a musical people, dude.
yeah,
And
we are.
it's just if I was a wrestler, I was thinking what I would come out to. I definitely think I would come out to like some Although I run to you with
Yeah,
open arms, like coming out to
that is
Journey
old school. Yeah,
and
yeah.
just
I'm pretty
singing it,
sure. I can
or
see
like
it. I can see it.
yeah, that's something that I always wanted to do. But you know, maybe one day
Yeah.
I'll sing somebody out. But yeah, bro. So when you think about pro wrestling and the culture, like it just makes sense, right?
Yep. Yep.
And so like I know like you guys aren't like I mean I've heard of you guys. I heard of Puso Wrestling. So when you guys do shows, how do you get the word out? Is it through Facebook? Do you guys got street teams? How do you guys like bring people into the shows?
It's definitely mostly online through Facebook, through social media. We also have like a bit of street teams, but like basically we have a core audience right now, which a lot of, like we're very thankful for. These are the people that
Great.
come back every show, keep supporting. But also we're starting to get a little bit more casual. So actually, Puso is more family friendly, in for lack of a better term. So we get a lot more kids who are watching, bring over their parents, their families, and everything. So that's really fun. So like it's mostly shown online. We also release our shows on YouTube, like like depending on like when we can release the matches and everything. But yeah, that's this whole movement. This whole movement of Pinoy wrestling, of wrestling in the Philippines, has been either word of mouth or online, and that's how we've pretty much survived for the past 11 years already.
That's freaking awesome, man. No, like seriously, that's really awesome
Yeah.
because being able to represent and give and spread the word by mouth because it's great that you could have that and have like a core audience who knows what to expect from you guys and they get that show and like it gives you that instant feedback of like because you know pro wrestling is the most instant feedback of art that you can have
Oh
cheer
yeah,
and boo
definitely.
the last thing you want is a quiet crowd but imagine a quiet Filipino. I can't.
I cannot imagine a quiet Filipino.
Yeah, that's not possible. You know, man. When we talk about like culture and stuff, it's like you know over here in America right now, like people of color, you know, Asian people, Latino people,
Hmm.
a lot of us now like are sort of seen as like secondary citizens, or like we're not even
Uh-huh,
seen as
uh-huh.
citizens because of the color of our skin. So like
Hmm.
whenever like we make our way, I make my way to like a place like in Philippines or like a place like in Hawaii where like
Hmm.
you know we see a lot of us and like there's just this the comfort of like being around these people who just and the Filipino people are so welcoming, so loving, so
Hmm.
charitable
Yep,
and so giving
yep.
and like it's pretty funny and I think to have that kind of reputation where like you say you're Filipino and everybody asks you if you're a nurse or a doctor. And it's always funny
Yeah,
because like it's always like, oh, you're a
yeah.
nurse. Oh, okay. I was like, no, I'm not. It's just like that's just where people see you as like being able to take care of others or being able to like being just good people and I think that's great that that's our reputation is we're such hospitable people. But
Yeah, yeah.
you know how do you got are you do you work heel or face?
Right now I'm heel. So
Oh,
yeah, it's it. I
I,
started off as face. I transitioned over to heel. I've been jumping back and forth throughout the years. 11 years is a long time, so
yeah.
it's not like I'm ping ponging in between them. But like, yeah, I've worked both.
Okay, what do you prefer?
It depends. Like, I really like working heel because it just gives me the freedom and to do whatever I want to do. But working face is also just like a really interesting challenge for me. But if you were to make me choose between either or, I definitely would like working heel more. The funny
Hmm.
thing is like the crowd here likes me a bit too much that they kind of like
Hey,
have a hard time figuring out
brother,
whether to cheer me or boo me. But that's kind of like the John Cena effect, or like maybe like Hollywood Rock effect. Kind of
oh
like
man,
just I'm just vibing. Like I like
wait,
being a heel just because you can just vibe really. Like being
brother,
a baby
wait,
face, you really have to like get the crowd. But like as a heel, you're just oh whatever, I'll do whatever.
oh man, you know, like I'm gonna talk about Suman Reigns, um,
Yeah.
like, cause there's this like palpable you're very likable, man. Like I just see your face, the vibes, you're just so likable, man. That's why I called you Bogey at the beginning, because you are. Um, and there's just when it comes to pro wrestling, sometimes you can't help but cheer people because if you feel the passion from someone, that comes away big. And I watched some matches of yours. I watched some shows that you guys put up as Puso Wrestling, and I gotta say it's good stuff. And I always love watching wrestling on the margins, especially like Philippines is not a big territory, but it's my home country. It's my home country away from my home country. So I'm always love to like see something I love represented by people I love in a country I love. It just rules. It rules for me, and I always feel like a point of pride to say like when I tell like a couple of my friends like in my Discord or whatever, like, hey yo, check this stuff out. You're not gonna see this anywhere, and it's just like it's good work. You guys all have like there's a lot of charisma there, a lot of on-screen
thank
charisma.
you. Appreciate it.
And it's just I like what you guys do. Because like we were talking a little bit earlier, and I usually do a vibe check before I start the show, and we're talking about your favorite movie. What's your favorite movie again?
My favorite movie is Coach Carter.
Yeah, so Coach Carter, sorry, Samuel L. Jackson. No, what's his name? Pretty Lips Man from Stan.
Pretty Lips Man.
Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum's in there too.
Channing Tatum, yeah. Channing Tatum was there. A lot of like old like 2000s actors were there. Yeah. Like the dude from I forgot the Cousin Skeeter or something like that.
Oh yeah. The dude from brother. You brought up Cousin Skeeter. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in there.
Obviously, we gotta give love to Timo Cruz also. Just the first of his kind. Just like step into a 3 on fast break. Timo Cruz. Steph Curry, what?
Oh man. Oh yeah. So I want to explain that to my audience. So in the Philippines, besides karaoke, the everybody loves basketball there. We got the PBA. Like Master Pinoy guy Brian was it not McIntyre?
Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight played in the PBA.
Yeah.
We got a couple like of NBA players that play in the PBA now. Not necessarily that they're Pinoy, but they got their citizenship changed and they are Pinoy.
Yeah.
So
they get imported
so that counts.
and stuff.
Yeah, but like basketball is huge over there. My dad loved the Lakers even though he lived over there, and then he came over here and loved the Lakers even more. Basically our whole hometown is like Lakers town. And that's a lot of places over there.
I'm also a Lakers fan, so I can relate.
Yeah.
I'm a Lakers guy through and through. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a shame about the last 2 weeks. God damn, Steph Curry made us look like shit. We lost the Kings and the Warriors, but it's just the beginning. It's only the beginning. It's all right. But there's a this is so much fun, man. This is so there's just a lot about Filipino culture that a lot of people don't understand. One of the things is like how we speak English, because the national language taught in public schools is English, because all the lessons are taught in English. So like one funny story over here is people, my teachers here when I went to a school in wherever I went to in Rancho Cucamonga, they thought I couldn't speak English because I was shy. So they kept leaving voicemails for my mom in Spanish, right? Because Filipino. And she went to the school and was like, does it sound like I don't speak English? Do I look like I don't understand English? And then like, I know like me and my brother, my brother was just standing there like scared because my mom, when she gets angry, when your nanay gets angry.
Yeah.
So like we hear that voice and then like we see like the chinelas like come out or like the wood stick, and like we're like, oh damn. It's exactly the same
that's
voice.
A very Filipino American feeling though, just like being mistaken for straight up Latino.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. I mean, shout outs to Latinos. My partner on my other show, Arturo, he's Puerto Rican. I did a whole show about Philippines independence, how we were supposed to be, free, but then America bought us from the Spanish because all that other stuff.
So technically,
but I don't need to teach you that. Yeah. It kills me that I can't find a good way to do a General Luna or a Jose Rizal kind of AKA. I'll find one. I'll find one eventually.
You'll find
But
one.
yeah, dude. This the whole thing of there's a machismo culture in Filipino, right? Machismo,
Yeah,
like as in you're macho, you don't cry, and you're always tough. That's what our
yeah.
fathers, our uncles try to teach us that. And but you know what I love in a heel, dude? I love a heel who's cowardly, who lies and
Oh
cries
yeah,
and like tries to beg off. So the whole machismo thing, kind of like if you're a heel, the machismo thing is bullshit. It's like bullshit because like you're going
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
you what you do is like you get your chest out, you be all, you act like you're gonna kick guy's ass, but then like the moment the guy gets a hit back on you, oh no no I'm
Yeah,
sorry, no no
you
no,
just start begging off. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just a little guy. Yeah, man. So like, you do this wrestling out of love, right?
Yeah, it's all out
The
of
love
love.
is,
There's no money here.
yeah. Like this is a hobby, man. Like cause like and like my uncle actually, he brought a tape home from the Philippines like a long time ago, right? And
Uh-huh,
so like
uh-huh.
he was the cameraman for one of the old Filipino wrestling leagues over there, and
Oh
so like
wow, like
uh,
uh,
oh, go ahead. Like I think it was like Manila Pro or some shit. Like, cause like it was like grainy,
okay, okay.
like filmed off the TV on Betamax,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Oh
so
wow.
we're watching it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so this one I cameraman for wrestling, you know, like Hulk Hogan." Like okay, Uncle, that guy doesn't really look like Hulk Hogan. He looks like Tito Boy, and,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, it's really cool that you do this, man. It's really cool that you keep the sport alive out there and you do this as a
Mm,
hobby. And it's really cool that I can feel the love that you have for this pro wrestling stuff. And I always love putting my our people on. So like, what can you tell people about the pro wrestling scene in the Philippines? If you're gonna tell people like the good parts about it.
well, appreciate you, Doc. But honestly, like, yes, it is a hobby currently, but like, definitely everyone in this team is trying their best to make sure that it becomes a full time thing. It's definitely a really big struggle, which is what I guess a big part of what Pinoy wrestling is. So I work for two promotions here. It's Puso Wrestling and Dexcon. So they're basically the two biggest Pinoy wrestling companies here right now. And if I were to
Hey,
describe Pinoy wrestling in a sense, or Philippine wrestling in a sense, it's really a lot of love and a lot of struggle. So we call it gigil and romanza, which we're kind of like, uh, which translates to kind of like intensity and romanticism.
mm,
So we want, like, when it comes to like our pro wrestling shows, we are very intense when it comes to like performing, but we're also very romantic with it. We want people to know the story. We want people to come in and love the drama, love the comedy, love everything about it. So it's still definitely a struggle, but like there's a lot of passion in Pusa Wrestling and in Dexcon. So if ever you're over here in the Philippines and you're in Manila and like it coincides with one of our shows, definitely would suggest that you come out and support the Philippine wrestlers, because a lot of us are also representing the culture of the Philippines in a way. We have cult
yeah.
leaders, we have people who dress up as fighting roosters, we have people who just drink a lot and still wrestle. We have a lot of different, like Filipino tropes over here that are
Uh,
just like present in everyday life that we try to bring out in our pro wrestling as well.
Brother, when you saw Sandman for the first
Yeah.
time, didn't he look like
He's
one of your titos?
he's Filipino. He's the like the beer
The
gut,
Sandman
like
is
just bringing,
Filipino.
just fucking like bringing his, like flipping his shirt up just so that his belly is exposed because it gets too hot. Everything. So yeah.
Like the first time I saw Sandman, I was like, "Oh, that's a tito right there."
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Like at the
Smoking,
party,
like beer in hand.
yeah, he'd be outside saying, "Oi, shh, come on,
Yep.
let
He
me show
definitely will
you."
be.
And then like he'd say, "Yeah, dude." Well, I remember when I used to drink, I gotta put them over because I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is also a labor of love. But when I used to drink, I used to like Red Horse because when I used to drink
Yeah.
San Miguel like was like drinking water basically.
Oh
Especially
yeah.
we got
Yeah.
San Miguel Light. But I mean that's great if you have like the barbecued oysters or
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah.
But I was a Red Horse guy. What about you, man?
I am definitely more of a Red Horse guy. Like in my younger days, I was more of a Red Horse guy. Recently, I've gotten older. I went to San Miguel, something to just
It's
like
easier on the
smooth me
stomach, man.
over. Yeah, it's easier on the stomach, easier on the head. Also, just like something to smooth me over, loosen me up, get to talk to a lot of other people. Because I don't really drink to drink. I drink to socialize. So that's why I just went
Yeah,
the San Miguel route. So yeah.
yeah, that's the thing, man. And you know, like when we drink, we have to eat food, right?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
forgot
yeah.
what the term for it was. Like I know I had it
Pulutan.
at the
It's called
pulutan. So
pulutan. Yeah.
we always have palutan from when we eat. Like you know, whether that be like for me, for our family, because I'm Ilocano, we would eat kilawin, either with like the
Ooh.
goat kilawin or like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my since like we live next to the ocean, we get a chopped up tuna or whatever
Yeah.
fish.
Yep.
Man, I love kilawin. Like you know, people love poke over here, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
whenever I would make like kilawin for like a family party or like for my friend's party, like when we have like okay, bring over like your culture food because that's something that we do. I
Yeah.
would make like kilawin and then be like, what is this? Is this like I'd be like, it's like poke or ceviche,
Yeah,
but try
yeah.
it. You know, it's really good when you're drunk. Also,
Oh
like
yeah.
you know, you sometimes you get the tequila win with like the just like rare goat belly.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
man, that's hella good too. But you know, the thing that us Ilocanos are known for our kilo win is like pinapaitan. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you've ever
Oh
had
yeah.
pinapaitan.
No, I've had pinapaitan
How
definitely.
would you describe it to the audience?
Uh, well, it's definitely like I'd say it's sour, but like it's a different kind of sour. It's kind of like more of a pungent sour, but like it's really good. Like I can't describe it to you because yeah, it's something that you have really have to try it yourself. But like it punches you in the face, but it leaves you with a good taste. Like it starts off strong, but like it ends up great.
Yeah, like okay, so if I'm gonna describe it to well, at least our Mexican American listeners are gonna know this. Imagine menudo, but with more of a bile taste,
Yeah, yeah.
more of a
There you go. There you
more
go.
of like when it comes out looking green. You know, my family we call it caca soup sometimes because
Kakasup.
you know like sometimes
Yeah,
like you know like the thigh is in like the freaking intestines, right? But so my uncles who are chefs, they'll get that thigh out of there, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
like sometimes like people don't. So then like it's just but you
Oh
know you're
man.
drunk, you
Yep.
don't care.
Yep.
And then
Definitely.
like I remember like my cousin's like drinking all this subao and then I see like this chunk of like a poop on the top of his
Yeah.
bowl, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yo, Ading, what that's crazy." You
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, Manong. I like to eat this because it tastes good. I like the
Oh
kaka soup.
God. Yeah.
Ang imasan." I'm like, "Okay, settle down, relax." um. So what's your favorite kind of pulutan, man?
Go tried and true. It's always sisig. if it's
Oh,
if I'm drinking, I
sisig.
need to have sisig there.
Bro, what my audience needs to understand is to us Filipinos, besides the ones in Mindanao, shout outs
Yeah.
to our you know to our Mindanao in Islam Muslim brothers,
Our
is
halal brothers.
yeah, our halal brothers, our southern halal brothers. You know the deep south of the Philippines is Mindanao. Pork is pretty much an essential ingredient in most Filipino
Filipino dishes.
cuisine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whether it be, you know, pork sinigang, whether it be the roast lechon, whether it be
Yep.
crispy pata, whether, you know,
Yep.
I'm sounding like when Homer Simpson's naming all these all these
Yeah.
foods,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
then he's like, "Oh, are you telling me this all comes from one magical animal?" I'm like, "Yeah, it does. Pig is awesome,
Yeah. It
man.
does.
Yeah, it does. You get the when you get the sisig, you get it with the face. You get it crispy, and sometimes you
Yeah.
get the liver in it, and like you
Oh
break
yeah.
the egg on it. Oh
Oh
man,
yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
masarap
That's
right there,
heaven.
bro.
That's heaven right there.
Like you know, like I don't need to drink anymore. I don't drink anymore. So like if I
Yeah.
could get like a sisig with a Royal True Orange, I can't stop saying Royal True Orange Cassidy ever since I made
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
name, or like a
Yeah.
Sarsi, because like those go so good with. I love Sarsi. Like I have
Oh,
bottles of it in my
soda
fridge.
goes good with like sisig forever.
Yeah, dude. This is some stuff that I would love to like spread, and you know, like I love to spread like this culture and spread all that. Because you know, like we people over here do eat Filipino food. People like
Yeah,
I
but
have friends in
they eat the
London
safe
who,
looking ones though. It's not like they're
yeah,
they're they're
dude.
too
Would
scared for like the real ones, you know.
oh man, even imagine like someone eats soup number 5. I don't think they're gonna serve that over here. Um, dude, like my dream is to make like a Ilocano restaurant, right? Just
Oh
like have
yeah.
an Ilocano restaurant so I can make my nanang and my all my uncles and my dad's food. And like
Yeah.
my mom also she's from Zambales, but from the
Yeah.
part of Zambales where they all speak Ilocano anyway. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
ako ang Ilocano 100% full blooded. It's 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 really cool to like have our food now. Now our food over here in America is really trendy, and I think that's cool. Like I don't mind that. Like that Jollibee is like pretty much everywhere now. Shout out
Yeah.
to my girls at Awfully to my girl and my envy who you envy at Waffly Bollocks who did this. They did a couple homework for me where they went and tried Jollibee for the first time, and the results will come out later when I do my shows with them. But I just like I love that I can share my culture with the world and like people will understand what I'm saying, and like it's so cool to share this time with you. And like the part that I love about all this stuff and doing this show is if I didn't like wrestling, if you didn't like wrestling, we wouldn't be
Yeah.
talking right now.
We
So
would be
like
talking right now.
it's our fandom of wrestling that brought us together, but it's also our culture, our Filipino culture that like kind of bonds us too, because like
Yeah.
from off the riff, when he picked up the call, vibes vibes was immaculate. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, like, do you ever have thoughts of coming to the U.S. or Japan?
I've been to Japan.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
actually coming back to Japan in November. I have also like thought of coming to the US, but like I have applied for a US visa back when I was younger because every Filipino will apply for a visa for to the US
yeah,
at some point in their life.
of course.
Unfortunately, I did not get accepted, and like right now with my current situation, it's not looking too good for me to like apply again and get over there, especially with the current political climate. I'm sorry to say, but
Yeah,
yeah, like Japan right now, my main goal definitely is to go to Japan. Hopefully, like there are promotions there that will like me, pick me up, have me work there because as much as I love the Philippines, as much as I love Philippine wrestling, it's still definitely not like a day job. Whereas like
yeah,
if you go to the places that actually love wrestling, the USA's, the Canadas, the Japans, to some extent the
bro.
UK's, the Mexico's, but like I would really love to like do this for full time, and like right now my number one goal is definitely Japan.
Yeah, yeah, like it's right there, bro.
Yep.
There's this, and then in Japan and in Mexico, and there's just like this feeling of finding your place in the world and
Yep.
making your dreams come true. One of the AKAs I didn't use this time is Filipino American Dream. It's tough to feel like that right now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like I know like because I met my wife and what I accomplished here, the
Mhm.
American Dream is real.
It
I
definitely
have
is. Yep.
lots of I have lots of cousins who immigrated here in the '90s, and like now we all have our families, we have like our careers and all this. The American Dream is real, and for a lot of people, like it was hard to get over here, and like I had some family members that couldn't make it over here, but then they made their lives
Yeah.
in the Philippines.
Yep.
And like I sometimes like people put America on like this pedestal of like there's this it's the place to go to make all your dreams come true, and like to a point that's right,
Yep.
right, especially I gotta say this, like my grandpa originally he had came here like at 14 to work on like the farms over here,
Yep. Yep.
but he went back because there was this the Whiteville riots where they were lynching Filipinos and like saying, hey, get out of here, we don't want you here.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
went back, he got there, saw all this hate for us, and then he went back on the boat and then came back to the Philippines. And like it's just like it's kind of crazy how we're sort of back in that circle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you just got to keep hope, man. And like I hope you make it over here, even if you come over here for for a vacation.
For a quick
Like one of
bit,
my favorite,
hopefully.
yeah, one of my favorite one of my favorite movies is starring Dolphy, and I forgot to give like I'm gonna give you like a little bit more of my my AKAs to see if they pop you, okay, dude?
Uh-huh, okay.
Okay, let me give you Andrew E. Kornick,
Okay.
Dolphy Ziggler,
Dolphy Ziggler is one, definitely. I'll pop for that one.
and shit, I like it's just it's always fun for me to like think of these new ones because I know like who I'm popping with these AKAs are people who would understand that, and like
Yeah.
me being able to share this and make these kind of jokes, like it just feels it feels good to me to be able to share this with you. Like sometimes I say like Cassius clay pot rice. That's a fun one
Yeah.
for me because my
Yeah.
wife's Chinese. I got like because like actually I'm actually part Chinese too. Because
Yep.
like how it is over there. Well, yeah, we're
Oh yeah.
Chinese
Oh
also.
yeah. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
so it's all love, man, and bad luck pare. That's a good one for me.
Bad luck, pare. Nice.
Baon Corbin,
Bound core. Okay, I got that one.
and I think the leche, bro, because
The leche, bro. Okay. Okay.
leche is something else for us. People don't know. People
Oh
think
really?
that's milk, but it's Joy
It can
Chanelas.
be. It definitely can
Yeah,
be.
yeah. There's Joy Chanelas.
Joey
Um,
Janela's, yeah.
I got this other one. Man, the stray balut. I think I love that
Stray
one.
but who is that? Stray bullet? What?
Yeah, the stray bullet, Juice Robinson, bro.
Oh, that
Um,
was his. Is that still his nick? Is that his current moniker or
no,
no?
no, I'm not sure if that's his current, but I love this. I like saying stray balut.
Yeah.
And like this, like, like I love like saying these things. Like people hear it. Filipino, forget.
Yep.
Sinigang is like my favorite food, and
Yeah.
like Big Mash Down Sinigang pops me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magandang umaga. That's basically good morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
People who don't know, umaga is not really a Samoan word. It's a Tagalog word. And, WWE likes making Filipinos not Filipino for some reason.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, man, it just rules to be able to share this kind of stuff with you. Gran Hamanado. Oh God. Ube Lashley is a good one too, and like
Bill Lashley got
I have
that's
not.
good.
That's a good. That's one hit, right? Ube Lashley, because it
Yeah.
rolls off the tongue. Like there's Rob Pandan, but Pandan
Rob
is like
Panda.
South Asian.
That is a good one.
Rob
Damn,
Pandan and
you had some time thinking of these.
dude. So I've been doing this show since like since March, but these screen names have been screen names that have been my screen names over the last like 20 years. So I
Yeah.
just like kept the record of it. Like I
Yeah.
like so like I opened that Google document and like put all this in there, and like I was like, oh shit. And then like I just started remembering them and putting them onto my show. I don't think I've unleashed this one yet. Bitter Bitter Booker T.
Bitter, bitter.
Because what Bitter
Nice.
Bitter Book is. But
Yeah.
like to be able to share my culture with people who listen to this show, to be able to share like this sort of like connection of our cultures with each other and then our loves of pro wrestling with each other.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you that the pro wrestling world of fandom of pro wrestling is small but huge. It's
Yep.
huge.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And again, like I want to say, I'm so honored to have you on here, man, and so honored to have you represent for the people of the Philippines, for the Filipinas Islands. It's really truly a big honor to have a wrestler, a big fan of pro wrestling, someone trying to make a scene and trying to make a life out of it. It's
No,
great, man. It's great to see you.
thank you for
And
having
I,
me. 'Cause, like, I think you should give yourself credit too. But like, thank you for putting a platform up for us Filipinos, like Filipino Americans, Filipinos, or whoever shares their culture. Really appreciate you like taking the time to build this platform and like share it with as much people as possible because that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make as much noise as possible so that hopefully Philippine wrestling can be a bigger piece of the map in terms of the pro wrestling world.
there's too many of us to not be.
Yeah.
I always ask these two questions at the end of my show because I love it. I love
Yeah.
talking. I love talking, and I love like sharing this stuff with my people. And you're part of my people now. You're part of the lore. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if like I don't know if I sent this to you. So my nanang, and like all my lolos, my great
Uh-huh.
uncles, my lolos, they love to tell us stories, right? They love to tell us
Uh-huh.
stories
Yep.
and pass it down from generation to generation. That's something that I love. is there a story from like your Lola or someone like important to you that you would like to share with us? Because this is something I always love. Like if you have like whatever, it can be a small or big, whatever family story that you have that you want to share, and to like have a record of for you in the future. Because you never know
Well,
what happens.
it's not really like a story passed down from them, but there's a story that my dad told me that always like made me respect my lolo, my grandfather, more, because he was my lolo used to play for Ateneo, basically, which is one of the bigger schools here in the Philippines. He used to play
Dope.
as a goalie for them in soccer. So like there was a whole like he was playing against the rival LaSalle, I believe. So like LaSalle and Ateneo have a rivalry, basically spanning eons, it seems. So like there was a story where my lolo was playing goalkeeper, he blocked the shot, but then this one dude, the footballer from LaSalle, came up straight to him like and just punted him in the face, and like he just kept the
And
game
yeah,
going while his nose is just running and bleeding. So like
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I at least know now through that I kind of know where my grit comes from, because like the grit that comes from my grandfather passed down to my dad, passed down to me, where I just keep working hard as much as I can. I've been in pro wrestling for 11 years, and I've been trying to think, how am I still here? Why am I still here? So many times I've thought of quitting, many times I've thought of, like, moving on with my life, but I'm still here. And I like that. When I heard that story, that made me understand that, oh, I'm gritty. I just keep going. I keep working hard for whatever I love. And my grandfather loves soccer. My dad also loves soccer. I didn't end up loving soccer, but I do love pro wrestling, and that's why I'm still here.
hey man, that's wonderful. That's amazing. I love that story. These stories are like kind of like told to us as kids, and
Yeah.
we remember them. And you remember that hard. I bet you remember like all the same story beats that your dad always hit you with,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I like in the culture a lot of like this storytelling and like the stories that lived in our family. I think I told the story about before with my cousins on here about how we're
Yeah.
playing WCW Revenge, and then all of a sudden like I won as Dean Malenko, but then
Yeah.
my other cousin pulled me out, so it was a draw game.
Uh-huh.
And man,
Uh-huh.
I was pissed. And we told like I told that to my to his daughter, who's my niece, and she's like, "Daddy, why you so mean to uncle?" And I was like,
Yeah.
it's just funny to like share these stories, whether it's big like that or
Yeah,
something small
yeah.
like how I did. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
cool, man. It's really cool, and I'm so happy you shared that story with me. It heartens me. And I always ask these questions at the end of my show. Is
Uh-huh.
what's your favorite dessert?
Ooh, what is my favorite dessert? That is a good question. I think out of all the desserts, I don't know if you know this, but there is a dessert from Bacolod, from where I'm from. It's called Black Sambo.
Mm.
So Black Sambo is basically it's like a little gelatinous kind of like dessert, but the gelatins are made of like chocolate on the bottom, and then
Oh,
milky. I think it's like a milk chocolate on top. So there's like a white part and a black part. That's why it's called Black Sambo. So like I loved having that after meals whenever me and my family would go out to eat, like chicken inasal, which is also
mm,
well known in Bacolod. So like
mm.
that's a part of my culture. So as you can see, I'm sharing like the Filipino culture according to my like background, because you're Ilocano, I'm from Bacolod, I'm
Yeah.
Ilonggo. So like yeah, like my favorite dessert is called Black Sambo. I'm not sure if you can look it up. Like I keep telling people Black Sambo, they sometimes they look at me crazy like what the heck is that? So yeah, but like that definitely is my favorite dessert of all time.
Yeah, man. I love the gel. I like sago. I like
Yeah,
taho.
yeah. Yeah.
So like for me, like my family, we always, I do not know how my aunts make, like in Ilocos, like we're famous for the empanada, right? The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
empanada with the longanisa inside it. I love
Yep,
that, but that's
yep.
not a dessert. But my wife learned how to make that because like one of my titas, like, like one of my, I'm about to cry right now, but like one of like my old like
Yeah.
my elder like great aunts, right? She had this recipe for the empanadas,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
she's making them, and then my wife like said like this is the greatest thing ever, and so my wife learned that, and like
Wow.
my wife learned arroz caldo from my nanang, she learned
Wow.
like
Yeah.
sinigang from my nanay, like my wife loves me. I love my wife, and like one of the things I love that she made for me is she learned how to make suman. Suman is so
Ooh.
important to us like as Ilocanos.
Yeah.
as like part of the dessert, and like that my
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
learned how to make that for me, and like every time I eat it, you watch Ratatouille, right?
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
So
You
like
you you
when I,
get you
yeah,
keep
dude,
getting that flashback
I
to
get
your
that
kid days.
flashback. Yeah, like when my wife makes like when my wife makes suman or babinka or like cassava cake, the
Yeah.
one my wife and her sister, because I love my little sister also, my little sister in law, they make these Filipino desserts and like it's exactly how my mom and my grandma would make it, and it's just like, oh, brings me back all the time, and I always love having this like positivity, and it's all about the power of positivity,
Yep. Yep.
you know, and P noise rock, P noise
P
rock,
noise rock.
P
P
noise rock.
noise rock. Oh, I gotcha.
Like and like I always like want to like ask everybody, because this is the real like shows me what your true character is. Say like a rainbow showing out the sky for the
uh,
message from Jack, and what would you say, man?
from Jack.
Oh, sorry, from from the human fighting rooster, what would the rainbow
Oh.
say?
Oh, like a message from me to people, or like a message
Yeah,
from.
from you,
Oh,
dude.
okay. I'd say, like the reason why I'm the Filipino fighting rooster, and about like all the cockfighting and stuff, is because in that fight between those two roosters, whoever loses becomes dinner. So I like that's why I kind of adopted this persona of a fighting rooster, because I treat every match, I treat every show as another opportunity to show my best. Because if I stop, I'm basically gonna I'm cooked, essentially. I'm dinner. So
Hey,
like, if my message for everyone is like, if you're going through something, if you're trying to achieve something, I hope as much as possible that you do your best, work your hardest, and don't try not try as much as possible not to give up, because you'll never know. You'll never know if you keep going what could happen, and if you're not where you are yet, if you're not where you are where you want to be, that makes you happy. Keep going, see what happens. But I'm not here to tell people to never quit, because obviously there are situations that come where you will have to like kind of like take a strategic retreat and like find something else in your life. But for those who can still keep going with whatever they're trying to chase, keep going, and don't let yourself get cooked. Just keep going.
oh man, that's beautiful. I'm gonna let you do your plugs because I can't do them as well as the person trying to push your stuff. So if you wanted to
Appreciate it.
catch this man, where can they catch you at, man?
You can definitely catch me online on social media at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all at Senorito JDL, Senyorito JDL. And also, I'll be having a couple of shows coming up on November 14th. I'll be in Japan for pro wrestling show set up IWA Japan show. It's gonna be my
Hell
second time
yeah.
in Japan wrestling, so that'll be fun. And on November 30th, it's going to be Puso Wrestling Alamat, where I will be facing the current Puso Wrestling champion, and I have an opportunity to become JDL 3 belts or 4 belts, depending on like how Japan goes.
Hey,
So like, yeah, check that out November 30th. If you're here in the Philippines, please come check out Puso Wrestling, check out Dexcon, and yeah, just follow me on social media to find out what is going on with the Filipino Fighting Rooster.
hell yeah, bro. Oh man, I want to see you take that Satoshi Kojima four belts pick. That's
Yeah.
always fire.
Yeah,
Now that I know you've been to Japan, bro, did you get your Ribera jacket?
I do have my Ribera jacket.
Oh shit. Okay, bro. I need to see a picture of you in that. That could be your thumbnail for the show. But
Yeah,
ladies and
definitely.
gentlemen, this has been the prescription, and I always end my shows now with a little bit of affirmations. So, my brother, do you mind sitting with me for some affirmations?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. I want to thank Mr. Jake De Leon for joining me today here on the prescription and sharing his stories with me. His sharing his love of pro wrestling, sharing the story of his Lolo being hardcore with the blood dripping down his face. That's so hard, brother. And sharing like his love of pro wrestling, his love of life, and his want to represent for his people and to make his scene big. I believe in him. I believe in Jake De Leon. I believe in the mission. I believe that you're gonna accomplish so much in this business. You're gonna accomplish even not in this business. You're gonna accomplish so much in life. And man, again, it's been such a pleasure to have you here. Bara, it's been a blast.
It's been an honor. Thank you for having me, Doc.
Yeah, yeah, and maraming salamat. It's
Maraming
uh,
salamat. Yes.
this This is awesome. This is an honor, and like I will always be here, and always be here to represent my people, to give people the opportunity to represent themselves and push something that I believe in, and I believe pro wrestling connects all of us wrestling fans, especially from not my home country, but my home away from home country. And this has been such an honor, man. And I'm not gonna quote him anymore because I've been quoting him too much. But I'm gonna do it anyways. To quote Mr. Cold Skull, "See you next time."
She put my whole head with that, bro. I was like, what? I played it low. I was like, yeah, alright, come on then, let's go. Niggas was so sick. I said, yo, Honey was so blazing. She was, yo, she was like Jane Kennedy, Wordball, to my mother, man. She was that L, man. She took me to the dance floor and she started whispering to me and shit. Can you believe that shit?